Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Ask Me Anything, in which we update you about medieval empires, what is happening behind the scenes, what is about to come outside for you guys to play on. And this time, we are also going to take a look back at what we have achieved in the year 2025, considering this is now 2026. Happy New Year, first of all.
Happy New Year.
And yeah, with me is obviously our Chief Product Officer, Ching. And we are very excited and we are very happy that what we set out to achieve in 2025, we were able to deliver on that. And after a lot of hard work, I mean, it's not easy to deliver stuff. We are not a very big studio. We are still an indie studio. We work on a very close-knitted teams, and but we were still able to deliver very smoothly as per our targets. So, like you must have seen on our socials, and if you have not, congratulations. The Android build for our game is out. The Android playtest version is out. This playtest is obviously available for the folks who have already added their Google ID by 29 December on their player account on the website. Uh, However, we will add more and more people as the playtest grows. And Ching, over to you. How do you feel about this, and what's your take on the Android playtest version?
Yeah, first of all, hi everyone. Yeah, happy to enter this 2026 with a lot of new perspectives in terms of game development for medieval empires. Regarding the Android playtest, what we have done so far is we enrolled all the players who provided their Google ID. This is on the our website. There's an option that if you want to participate, you provide this Google ID. We have a cutoff date, which is 29th December. Whoever wanted to join later, of course, will periodically add more players. Since this is invite only, you need to be added into the system first. Right now, we can already see from our back office, we have a player start kind of switching to Android, using the Android
Hmm.
client instead of play on
A lot
PC.
of people have been sharing their screenshots and screen recording on our community as
Yeah.
well. So it's really good to see. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So this is kind of ties into the same plan that we have been doing this with the iOS playtest. The overall goal is to prepare for what we call a soft launch in a select market uh, in 2026 and Q1. This is the current timeline. Things might change. Uh, so don't quote me on this like exact date, but this is the plan. We wanted to really,
This is
really push this out for public access, or put this way, soft launch in a Web2 game terms is you are preparing the game for the final global launch. You are going to select the market, start testing all KPIs and optimizing KPIs, also solving all these issues with the device support, all this. So this is a goal, and we will, in this case, I think we talked about this earlier in previous AMAs, shift our focus from desktop to mobile because we believe to really tap into the mass audience, we have to go to mobile, and that also means do adjustment for the game to uh, adapt to Web2 players as well. But again, this doesn't mean we are neglecting our Web3 players, or really just expanding our user base.
obviously, I mean, the more the user base will be in the game, the Web3 players will take advantage out of it because they are the ones who also own the LAN NFTs and
Yeah.
will be able to sort of have more players entering their lands and obviously paying them taxes in return.
Yes.
So it's a good win-win for everybody. And like, I don't have an Android, but I have been playing on my mobile and my iOS for like quite some time now. And honestly, I do have the game on my PC as well, but I barely ever touch it now on my
Yeah.
PC. I only
Same
do
to
it like
me.
if I'm working on my PC and I don't want to pick up my mobile phone, so then I will open it on my PC. Otherwise, like if you have it on your phone, trust me, you will be playing it 24/7. Like you will, whenever you want to like launch an attack, you will just like go to your app, open it, and start launching
Yeah.
attacks. It's
The
super simple.
gameplay is really designed for mobile native because
Yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
like you play for a bit and you enjoy the gameplay and then you just put aside. Whenever you pick it up, the game has its part that goes by itself, right? So this is from a very get go. We designed to for this goal to have a mass audience on the mobile platform. So now
Yeah,
this is really just going into it as we moving step by step. There's also a big part of the UI UX rework. As you can see, gradually we are replacing the old UI UX uh, kind of part by part or module by module. This is just for indie developers and also a team that we have been exploring a lot in the Web3 domain and kind of try to navigate what's this is basically $1 million question for every Web3 games. Like, how can we make Web3 game can really enter Web2? Maybe a little bit kind of like a look back for 2025 is um, I have to be very frank, the market, the climate was not very good.
yeah,
Um, Overheard a lot of studios shut down, a lot of projects discontinued. Even in Web 2, my previous people that I know in the Web 2 space, there's also a big challenge in
yeah.
terms of game development and publishing. Uh, we are really proud that as a small indie team, we managed to navigate all these obstacles, and we still stay true to uh, our goal and making concrete progress.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I am tremendously proud and always amazed by how our team is able to deliver, uh, even with all the obstacles in our way, not just external, internal, all the limitations we have. Sometimes we want to deliver, but like the industry or the sometimes, like for example, like if we throw the build, sometimes like Epic Games also takes time to approve our build. Like when we were like
Yeah, there's
throwing things to build,
dependencies on the system that
yeah,
we're
there are
using as well.
dependencies of the
Sometimes,
systems and the
yeah,
platforms we are launching on. So we also have to measure to that as well. Like for this example, like the Android version, we could have just thrown the app for everybody out there, but we do want to first play test it, stress test it, like with the current players who we already have on our game. They can first go in, have the first advantage of moving in, test it out, tell us what they are facing in that. Like obviously there are going to be minor hiccups there, here and there. They can tell us by raising tickets on our help shift, and then we can also improve upon that. So by the time we reach to the mass public release, we have fixed all of these issues, and we will be able to have a better adoption of our
mm,
game on the app store as well.
yeah. It's not a simple porting from one platform to another because when you talk about Web 3 to Web 2, this
Yeah.
is also player behavior change.
Yes.
For instance, you can't expect a Web2 player to stake MEE tokens or even do the purchase. So we have to provide alternative options so they can play the game but still interact with Web3 players. For instance, we expect in soft launch we'll have a big influx of players who will need settle on land, right? And for them, probably at the beginning there will be a big lack of lands from Web2 owners, but this is where the benefit of Web3 players on the land, they can all of a sudden have a more of demand than their
Yes.
supply. That helps them to kind of, it's like free market. Then you can really change your pricing. You can take like ride the wave to get benefit from that. But this is what we have been planned all along.
This has
Find a
been
way.
the plan
Uh,
since the day one, like
exactly
as
how
far
we
as I
combine
remember. Yeah.
Web2 and Web3 and the user strength of each community, but kind of provide opportunity for both community that ultimately is about enjoying the game, but as we said, play and own to bring benefits to the owners of the digital assets as well.
I think this is one of the reasons which, like you mentioned, we are catering to both markets. We also introduced Exola and a portal as payment solutions as well on our platforms, so
Yeah,
that we can support both Web3 and Web2 payment as well.
payments, yes, well, yeah.
If players want to get something from marketplace and they quickly want to make a payment, so they can also do through Web3, or they can also do through fiat as well. So I think this was. I mean, there's like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the bigger milestones come into being, like for example, we launched the Crusader faction at the start of the last year, and then we went towards launching on Epic Games, and then we went towards launching the iOS playtest, and then we launched the Android playtest. Like these are the bigger milestones, but in between these milestones, I think very small baby steps are being taken, which are not baby steps. Like to calling them baby steps is also like a sort of a fallacy. However, like they are very important integral steps in terms of supporting the player functionalities
Yeah.
in the game.
Yeah.
The UI UX update, like you mentioned,
Yeah.
it's very important from going from, if you're going from desktop to mobile first game, and also like catering to mass audience. Web3 audience is relatively more tech savvy audience. Web2 audience has a mix of both, very tech savvy audience as well as not so tech savvy audience as well.
Yeah.
So we have to cater to all of them as well at the same time.
I think there's also one big thing we forgot to mention, which is the new game server.
Yeah.
Because the
Oh yes,
whole
absolutely.
game
Yes.
architecture change due to I would say the root cause was just one of the services that we chose, which was very promising towards cloud
Hmm.
gaming. Turns out it was a project that the new owner decided to like MongoDB decided to sunset. So for us, this is like a really we hit the dead end of that track. So we have to adapt and change. I would say this is also shows as a even though small team, we really managed to do this big pivoting, which is it's kind of I would put it in the perspective for some projects. This kind of challenge would just be the killer of the project. We
True.
managed
True.
to through this. Also, big thanks to our community. Really, we really appreciate the support and your patience. Yes, some players are pissed, some players left, but still we have a very solid core players base, and the people really support us. For that, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many times thanks I can say, but this is really the strength from community. I do believe we have passed the most challenging period of time. Now it's really just kind of like a riding the wave, just start deliver, and 2026 for me it's very promising.
I agree. I agree. I mean, our community is very supportive. They can be validly and boisterous sometimes, but that is part of the course. And I think their feedback also helps us get a perspective of
Yes,
what to
absolutely.
focus on, what to
Yeah,
focus on.
yeah.
And I agree, the server change was such a big change. Like we internally were very, very cautious about that, and very, very like we spent, I think the entire team spent a lot of time on making
It
sure
was
the
a big
server
challenge.
change was,
Uh,
it was a big, big change. And it has improved tremendously the game stability on PC at least, and obviously on other mediums as well as we go ahead. And because we knew that we are going to expand the infrastructure so much, and right now we just reduced one faction, there are going to be thousands or more players entering. We are going to have more factions. We have going to have more things happening in the game. We have to also see it towards the future, because we don't want to go on another server change in few months. That's a
no,
big,
no, no, no.
yeah,
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 this
yeah,
this
yeah.
is a fundamental change that we have
Yes,
done once for
we
all.
had to do. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
2026,
So
I would say 2025 would be a lot of uh, adapting, pivoting. 2026, for now, I think the theme will be scaling up. Scaling up in terms of business, scaling up in terms of our player base, scaling up in terms of the reach of the game cross platform. Yeah, so this is what I would say this is a theme for us for this
I
year.
think 2025 was like, in terms of medieval empires, I would say it's like it was like building the castle wall. And now we have built
Yeah,
the
it's a
castle
bit of
wall.
build
Now
up.
we can expand the empire, almost like how to go, like send our troops ahead to, like, on the
Mm,
Android front, on the Web2 front, on the Web3 front, on the iOS
yeah,
front. Like right now, we were very focused on making sure that the project goes through smoothly through this
mm,
year. The
yeah,
infrastructure changes that were required were to be made. They were made. And I think now, hopefully, fingers crossed, and by your support, by the community support, we will be able to sail through smoothly further ahead. And like Jing said, the first big goalpost we see in front of us is the public Android launch, or the soft
yeah.
launch at least. So once that is achieved, we do expect a big number of players entering the game, and that would be fun for everybody. Like for us to see the game being prosperous and being enjoyed by all the players, but also for the players because they will have more competition and more fun in the game, and we will have more opportunity to sort of have more in-game or outside the game
Mm.
competitions as
Yeah,
well. So I think
yeah,
that is something which we are also
yeah.
looking into. A
Also, adding
question,
more
sorry.
features as
Yeah,
well. Just before
yeah,
we move on,
yeah.
also means 2020 we're adding more function, more content, more
Hmm.
features in the
Yes,
game. So it's not only just to go to the next platform. I would say just expand scale on all aspects. Yeah. So that's summarized at this point.
true. The question I have received is how can I enter the Android? So like we mentioned, the people who added their Google ID and the Google ID, just to make sure, I have made a video about it. Please go and check on all channels. But Google ID is the Android ID you use to log into your Play Store or the one which is associated with your phone. So if you place that Google ID, it can be a Gmail ID or it can be another ID. Google is very flexible on that.
Mm.
So you have to place that ID into the game player profile. And once that is there, we can have that. And the next batch, which will probably be in the
I think
second week
weekly,
of January or
yeah,
something, we are
weekly
expecting.
add
Yeah,
new
probably.
players.
Yeah, we are going to add more and more users now. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and add it right now so that we can add it you in the next wave of player testers who are going to enter the Android testing. For the iOS testing, we will be gradually adding as well, but for now we are adding the Android testing for sure because that's
Yeah,
the focus right now.
yeah.
Another question, loyalty program rewards. Loyalty program rewards will be distributed. The season ended on 25th December. We have taken the snapshot. We know the scores now. The scores have been finalized, locked, set aside. We will be doing the distribution in the middle of the January. We are just calculating the distribution and making sure we have done it. Then the other team, the finance team, will also go through it. And once that is done and approved, we will announce the dispersion of the rewards and the Me tokens and the NFTs. All of those will be delivered to the winners accordingly. So yeah, I think these were the two major questions I have repeated multiple times. I have been responding as well, and I have received as well. But but thank you, Ching. But like this is something which you also want to add to what we have already said, or is that it?
Yeah, I think it's just on a very, very high level, this is I would communicate
Hmm.
with our community what's coming in this year and what they can expect.
Amazing. Yeah. So thank you for sticking around with us through our journey. In 2025, even some players have been with us since back in 2023. We are very thankful for you guys. Like you have been patient, you have been supportive, you have been adding our community, more and more people to our community. It's just amazing to see. I see a lot of things. Maybe I'm not responding all the time, but I'm seeing a lot of feedback, and also I observe everything on socials and everything everywhere. So I'm very, very grateful for everybody who
Yeah.
puts a nice word for us.
I
And
mean, we also see some old current players return. For instance, CVW now is back. So
yes,
it's
he
good
is.
to have
He is.
some old friends coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we understand. Sometimes you just feel a lot of patience for the project,
Yeah,
but game development actually takes time. Yeah.
it does take time. And with like I said, indie team, not a triple A studio, so
I
we
mean,
we do
even
have our limitations.
the
Yeah.
thing is, it's a Web3 gaming. It's a new business, but
Yes.
essentially, there's a lot of things are not entirely new, but the community try to find a new way to do it. But then turns out a lot of projects hit the wall because you are basically trying to how to say reinvent the wheel because you pay
Yeah.
a lot of cost for that. And
Yeah.
then once you learned, you already spend all the money that can help you to go further. So that's why you see a lot of projects will shut down, and also the overall global investment climate has really drastically changed. So this is the like in the background what's happening with Web3. I would say it's a whole industry pivoting, adapting, navigating. We're one of those. I would say we're one of the only few still around and still many making progress. Sure, the new project open up again, but this is just how business works. Yeah.
No, I think it's a testament to our community as well as our team as well. I mean, I am always amazed by our team, how they deliver, and we are always on the edge, like, hey, how is it going to happen? But it happens like this Android playtest. I'm very happy that's out there because Android is the number one question I have been answering since the very day I joined this team.
Yeah,
People have been asking me, when is Android coming out? When is Android coming out? Every video, every tweet, every
it's
post I
coming.
have made
It's happening
ever.
already, but it will
Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah,
door will open bigger and
yeah,
bigger for more
exactly.
players.
But yeah, we will slowly and gradually we will like Ching mentioned, we will start with a soft launch. We will then go towards a public launch. We will might geographically explore as well more and more markets where we can launch first and test it extensively before launching it publicly. But yeah, good things coming your way in Medieval Empires in 2026. And to wrap it up, Happy New Year. And let us know if you have any other further questions, requests, wish lists, whatever you want to tell us. Do tell us on our X or our Discord channel. The Discord channel is the best place where, because we all are there and we all look at the things where discussion is happening, constructive, not so constructive, all of those. We do observe them and we do take into account. But it's always fun to see people talking about us because that shows that you guys care about the game, and that is the main goal why we are here. We do want to make a product that people do care about. If we build the best game in the world and nobody's playing and caring about it, then we're not doing our job. So the you people even being angry or being happy or being showing any emotion about it is actually gives us hope about the project, and it makes us work harder. So thank you for all of the things you do. Keep playing Medieval Empires and see you around.
Bye.